Good afternoon. I'm on the last leg of this hussif needle roll, whatever you want to call it. So this is my inside. So yeah, okay, so I've stitched on the pouch, mackerel, which goes like that. I just stitched it from the inside onto the inside. Yeah, from the inside of that onto the top of that. Yeah, okay. So my little pinwheel, I just put a loop of ribbon on there, and I'm just going to hang it on there. That can sit on there when it's actually rolled up. We'll see how that works in a bit because I'm not sure. But anyway, needle things on, we've seen that. Oh, I did a pin cushion. It's got a magnet on the bottom, not very well done, but it's there, which actually hangs on really well, so that's fine. And I just need to stitch on my needle keeper here, and then I need to attach it to the front basically. So for that I'm going to take these off for now. I think that's everything. Yeah, so I've got two magnets under there, and then there's one under there. So I put a sheet of magnet under here, but it wasn't strong enough, so I've had to really badly sew one on there, but I thought, you know what, it's fine. And all that is a Suffolk puff. I can't remember what size I did, with a piece of felt on top, so it makes an ideal pin cushion when you're not using the pinwheel, I thought. Anyway, right, so I'm just going to sew this on here. I've stuck this is done, if you've got a sewing machine, it's done with, I think it's called the flower wheel. It's like a special foot that you can get, and it stitches flowers. That's what it says on the tin, as they say. So let's just stitch this on here. Right. I've just been on a really enormous walk with my daughter, so yeah. What am I doing? I'll do a bit of a blanket stitch. Now I saw this on Pinterest. I've got to get off Pinterest because I keep seeing stuff. And basically, if you've got a double thread, you just pick up one of the legs, and it makes a really different blanket stitch. Get my hands working in a minute. We did freeze. It was, although it's beautifully sunny out there, it is blinking cold. I will insert some photos at the end or some video, because we did take a lot of video. We went to something, oh, what was it called now? Watermark? It's been there since the 1800s. Like I say, I will put a video up for you. She'd seen it on other people's photos, her friends and that. So we went and found it today, and we got there about 9 o'clock, and we've only just got home. It's about 1 o'clock now. Right, come on. Now, this looked really easy when I saw it being done on Pinterest. Come on. Yeah, but it's right on the headland of the River Dart, so it was a little bit windy, to say the least. So we had some right weather coming across. It's meant to be glorious tomorrow, typical. But she's got plans for tomorrow, so yeah, we stopped and had breakfast at King's Weir, as it's called, which is a very nice part. It's the opposite side of the River Dart to Dartmouth, if you know this area. So I'm going to do it this way, and it might work. So you just sort of pick up one of the legs, as it were, and it makes a triangular blanket stitch, basically. So yeah, it's been a busy morning. I was up at 6. I've no idea why. Yeah, can you see it's working now? Don't know what happened there. Yeah, and we went down the great big hill down to the Coast Guard. Well, there was a gun. What do they call them? They had guns there during the Second World War, basically. So right on the headland of the River Dart. So it's very interesting. We're going to go back because there's a National Trust property there. If you're not in this country, National Trust are well, they hold buildings and parks and that in trust for forever, basically. A lot of the big stately homes are now National Trust homes because of the upkeep. A lot of the aristocracy just couldn't afford them anymore, basically, so they hand them over to the National Trust. And some actually still live in the places, because I used to live near, I can't remember what it's called, it's the one in Stafford, but I can't remember what it's called anyway. And the guy that handed it over to the National Trust sort of wangled it that he kept part of the house, the big house himself. So yeah, I can't remember his name. It'll come to me when I'm not even thinking about it, but there we are. Yeah, so I'm just going to stitch this to the front. Wrong sides together, because I'm going to bring the edge of this to the front of the inside, if that makes any sense at all. I think it does, but I really want to try this, and I'm glad I'm trying it because it's really pretty. We just battled through the traffic in the village, because it's one minute it's beautiful sunshine, next minute it's absolutely hammering, and I mean hammering it down with rain. So it's a little bit crazy. So I think Hades will just go home and go straight to bed, because I think he's pretty tired. And this is a new piece of that felt that I got from that, I can't remember what she was called, I don't know where my notebook is. Anyway, and it was the perfect colour. So mustardy yellow, which I like. I thought I'd get straight up into my craft room, especially now it's nice and tidy, and start doing stuff, because otherwise I'll sit on the sofa and end up having a senior afternoon, if you know what I mean, because it's been a lot of sea air, wind, sun, rain. Cold. But we do this stuff in the winter because it just gets so busy, to say the least. In the summer you can't move for tourists, which is fine, we need it in this area, but you know, the locals, as it were, we just hide away. we don't go to the beaches unless we know one where nobody else knows, sort of thing, which some of us do. Yeah, it's not that, you know, visitors aren't welcome, it's just that it's just rammed with people, and we're not used to it. We're used to our quiet Devon ways. So where did you go, wonky? Pull you out again. Yeah, so when we went to Kingswear, we ended up by Dartmouth Marina, and my ex-husband, the girl's father, he had a boat, and we had it in the marina for years, and I didn't realise how much I enjoyed the sound of the wind in the rigging. It makes that sort of whistling sound, and that's just. I was stood there. I was waiting for her to go and pay for the car parking. And I thought, oh, it's been a while since I heard that sound. So it's funny, isn't it, how certain sounds remind you of certain things. So yeah, it went a bit wonky there, but it's okay there. Yeah, so you end up with like a triangle instead of it going across the top, as it were. I like that. Right. All my sewing scissors are downstairs. This is the trouble when you have a hybrid room. Mine's very hybrid. Okay, so you're on. I think you've gone a bit too high, darn. Oh, we'll see how it goes anyway. Right, so I've put that piece of leftover fabric there. So I've pinned it at one end. I think I'm not going to need it that end, am I, you Wally? No, you need it that end. Oh, hang on. How's it going to roll? Let me think this through, because I know what I'm like. Right, so that needs to come over here. Right, needle, behave yourself. So when I'm using it, right, let me just do a dry run here. When I'm using it, what will I do? I'll fold it from here, and then I'll tie it here, so it needs to be there. Right, okay. Just really had to think that one through. Okay. So I think that's about in position, actually. So all I'm going to do now is turn this over here. I really should have straightened those edges up, but I didn't. Let's just trim back that wadding. Let's get some fabric scissors, Susie. Yeah, a lot of you have been liking this fabric, but as I say, it was given to me as a scrap, and I can't remember who it was. I think it was Connie, and she's out in the States there, so it's obviously a fabric that was local to her. I can't remember where she lives. She's got a PO box. I can tell you that. That was all. So yeah, it's it's just going to miss the top of that needle thing. Right, okay. All right. Pins. I wouldn't normally pin, but I'm going to on this one. Right, let's get that on as well, because you will forget it. You know what you like. So it's going to put it on that way. It will wrap. I don't know what you're seeing actually. Yeah, I'll put it on upside down because it'll pull across there. Right, okay. I'm all right once I get things in my head. Once it's in my head, I'm fine. Otherwise, I struggle. I didn't turn it over. It's such a thin piece, narrow, that I think if I tried to sew that, I think it'll be fine as it is. It'll fray and it'll just become what it is. Right, okay, let's just, excuse me while I just see what I'm doing here. Okay, so that needs to go there. I did put that needle holder a little bit high there, but it'll be fine. I will sew this with you, but I'll probably put it sped up a bit, I think, because I'm not quite sure how long it's going to take. I still think I'm going to need to, from this side, quilt through to the front and just do a couple of little patches, because I think otherwise it'll be quite, well, I don't know, we'll try it. I'm just thinking it'll be quite loose, you know, it'll come apart back and front. I don't know. Once this is stitched on, it might be fine and I won't have to do that, but we'll see. We shall see. I could cheat and whip it on the machine, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be good. I'm going to hand stitch it all. I don't know what the next one's going to be that Rachel's doing, so it'd be interesting to see what that's going to be. I might join in. I don't know. It really does depend on what it is. This one I fancy doing because I'd already started one, so because they had been on my to-do list for a while. So, and I saw that. I thought, oh, well, I will join. And hopefully this is all going to work all right, as in all the bits I've put inside. I think it'll be quite bulky, but that's fine. I had a quick scout around and saw that, you know, some of them was really simple, really basic, just like oilcloth ones, and you know, the old ones, as you like. But yeah, thought this one would be okay. I'll do the ends last, I think. I don't know, maybe I won't actually. So I need to, do I square it or do I try and miter it? I'm going to square it because that's just being lazy. Anyway, I hope you're all having a good day. Sorry, I've been blathering on. I haven't even asked how you are. It's all about me, isn't it? Clearly. I hope you're good. I hope you've had a good weekend. I hope you got out for a walk, because boy does it blow the cobwebs away. I woke up feeling quite grotty this morning, but and I nearly sort of said, you know, I don't want to go for this great big long walk that she'd planned, but I thought, no, don't start that. Don't start being lazy. So I'm really glad I did now, because it was interesting. Hades was in seventh heaven because there were sheep and horses, and oh, he wanted to go and play with everything or hunt it down and kill it, one of the two. Probably the latter. He's a bit of a killing machine, our Hades. I don't know if I ever told you, he got a down at the river, which is not far from where I live. He there was a pheasant in the field, and I don't know whether Caroline saw it or him, or he just saw it first. I don't know, but anyway, he ended up catching this blooming pheasant. She says I was shouting at him, drop it. He was like, nope, I'm having that. So yeah, sadly, sorry if you're a vegetarian, he started eating it. So because he has a raw diet anyway, he just probably thought that was like, you know, snack time. So are you gonna work? Yeah, I think it will, won't it? God, I'm getting stabbed to death here with pins. Yeah, it will. Right, okay. I will probably speed you up. Sorry, I'm getting poked and yeah, just I think, what would I do? I think I might just do a very simple running stitch across the top here. I could do blanket stitch actually. No, running stitch, I'm doing it. I've got this dark green Gutermann, so I thought that would go really well in there. So I'm just going to crack on and do that and add as I need on the old thread department. If I've got, do I need, no, I was going to say I'll get a sashiko needle, but I won't. Right, see, now the sun's disappeared. I don't know if it's getting dark on screen. Let me have a look. I think I'll just do a single. Okay. Right, let me just check on screen. I'll probably pause you for a minute because I just want to drink my tea, because once I get into this I don't stop, so stay there. Right, okay, I've drunk my tea. I'll put you on fast forward now just while I stitch this. I decided to pause that because even on fast forward that would have been like watching paint dry. So I've just got 2 more stitches to go in. I've been all the way round, so that's all good. I think I've caught everything. There's a couple of bits I had to stop and pull it back over. I think it's all caught. So let's just fasten this off and have a look at doing I don't know what to call it, kind of like, if you've ever done a handmade quilt, you know you do like the tie stitches where it just ties front and back together. I can't remember what they're called. The quilters knots. I did a handmade quilt once. Oh God, it was ages ago. But yeah, so basically come through here, through there, and then just tie a knot on the outside. And I think I'm going to do that instead of trying to do, you know, like running stitches, because I don't want to run stitches all the way through these damsel flies, and it's just going to be a pain to try and work out. Right, so you don't knot it, so I can do one about here. Where is that on that side? That's not right. It's just to stop the inner and the outer flopping. Because I think if I don't do it, oh no, it's not that bad. I'm going to do them anyway. Belts and braces, belts and braces. You quilters out there, what is this? Is it just the quilter's knot where you just tie it on the top? I can't remember. It's been a while. And you leave them as visible stitches, basically. I might cut that a little bit shorter. Where else can I get one? Can get one about there. Ordinarily you take the pin off, but the needle off, but I didn't want to because I am just that awkward. I'll try and get one up here actually. I think that might be enough actually. I don't think it's going to sag now. So just 1, 2, 3. I'll say it just ties front and back together. So I think that will be sufficient. So I double stitched all over this. So I think I might just do a quick running stitch here. Just to sort of make it stop turning over basically. Honestly, I'm terrible. I just I really am a belts and braces person. I did try a thimble. I don't know if you saw that, but I can't feel anything if I've got a thimble on my finger, and I do like to feel what I'm stitching. It's the whole idea of slow stitching, isn't it? Right, stay still and stay there. Thank you. Don't want to go right through. Just trying to catch that top bit. Right, go over there. Luckily this thread is not showing at all, which is all good. Stick into the dark green spots, or squares I should say. I think we're done. Okay, cool. Right, I'm calling it done. I might pop that in there actually. It doesn't really matter where it goes. I think if it hangs there, it's going to be a bit of a... I did kind of think it could hang there. Let's see how it rolls up. So there we are. It's all done. It's all stitched. It's so you got somewhere for your needles. You got somewhere for your scissors. You got somewhere to put big things, little things, whatever you want to put in there. And then obviously you've got this to put the storage. I did think about putting a little thread catcher, but I thought I'd just run out of room basically. So yeah, there we are. That's it. My little hussif is done. So will I ever use it? No idea. Will I end up giving it to somebody? Probably. Right. Okay. Put that there. So let's see how this puppy rolls. I don't know about whether I'm keeping that in there or not, but I think I'm going to have to. Let's just see how it works. Oh, that rolls up quite nicely, doesn't it? and just tuck it in there. You can see why they made them, can't you? Because you imagine if you're sort of, you know, just travelling with your stitching and that, this is a perfect little mending kit. Cool. I like it. I'm really glad I did the bright colours now. Really glad. I was a bit like, am I doing the right thing here? But yeah, I like it. It's not vintage, but it's pretty. And that works really well on the front there, so okay, there we are. Right, let's do a quick front and back view. So that's the front. Let me see what you can see. Hold tight. So yeah, it's all stitched together. That's the front. And that's the inside with all the bits and bobbins. Just put that there. So you got somewhere to store stuff. You got your pinwheel, you got your scissor keeper, you got your pin cushion, you got your needle book, and you got your pockets. Ideal. As I say, that does come off, so it is done. It is done. It is off my desk. Because it's been sat here for weeks. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I know a lot of you were enjoying the bright colours, which is great. There's strings everywhere. So yeah, I'll see what the next one is. I might join in with that. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see what it is. I'll be honest with you, I think I'd put a pin in there, like a bulb pin. I don't think I've got one handy. No, I'll just tuck it in there for now. There. See you on the next one. Bye. Right, before the wind starts absolutely howling again, here's this building, and there's the info. Denmark is 25 metres high and was built in 1864 as a navigational aid. It's owned and managed by the Dart Harbour Commissioners. So I would imagine they used it as a point of reference when they were out at sea. So it's huge. Let's walk up to it. Well, 25 metres high. It's very high. It's a lot higher than me. You're going to get a photo of Hades in there, are you? Look at him. He's such a poser, Hades. Goofy toe. Yeah, we've got the horrendous weather coming over, so we are going to get very wet on the way back. But it's beautiful in the sun. Should we go underneath it? Yeah? It's eating it. Well, it's been stood there a long time. Is it rock or brick? Is it made out of rock or brick? Or a mixture? It's probably honed stone, isn't it? It's huge. We're going to take shelter. Wow. It's lovely stone. Get in here because it's absolutely blowing a hooligan. We're inside now. Oh wow, look. Let me take you up. Yay. What do you reckon, Hades? What do you reckon? What do you reckon? See how windy it is, it is flipping. We're hiding from the weather, dear. Because unlike you, I don't have a thick furry coat. Oh, it's cold. It's bitter. Fascinating. it in place? It's probably not a bad idea. I don't know where those blokes. No, I think we've been all day, yeah. So I wonder where those blokes have gone then in that car. Those blokes that drove past us. I wonder where they've gone. There must be something down further down the. Because what we got on was called the South West Coast Path. And they drove down that road over there. So how windy it is. That's a freeze. I don't need to put them in my pocket. So.